What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to answer the question of how do I come up with an endless supply of video topics, or it could be blog topics, or it could be whatever you want. How do you come up with an endless supply of topics so you never run out of things to talk about, right? Well, it's actually really easy. And once I show you how to do this, you're going to be like, wow, that was simple. Yeah. But this is exactly how I do it. This is the step that I do, and I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, if you have another question that you have about how to grow your law firm, how to manage your law firm, how to get more clients, how to get more cases, how to make more money, anything you want to know, leave it in the comments below this video, because I'm going live every single day and I'm answering new topics every day. So lesson number one: how do you come up with an endless supply of video topics? Ask people for video topics. Ask your ideal clients, what do you want to learn about, right? That's the easiest way to do it. And that's actually going to ensure that you're going to have the most success, because then you're actually creating content on things that people actually want to know about, right? So in the spirit of that, anyone that wants to, have any other questions answered by me, please ask them in the chat below, and I will be happy to answer them for you in an upcoming video. Now, one other thing, today is day 2 of the Lead Abundance Challenge, which has been amazing so far. We did the VIP day 2 days ago. We did day 1 yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. Bill Hauser and I came on. Bill taught some stuff that I've never even seen Bill teach before. That was incredible. All the feedback that we've been getting has been really good. There's been a lot of breakthroughs and everything. So do not miss today, day 2 of the Lead Abundance Challenge. You can get your tickets if you don't have it yet in the link, the description here. So, all right. So I already gave you one way that you can come up with video topics, but here's a couple other ways that you can come up with an endless supply of video topics. Now, the first thing is you want to make a list of all of the frequently asked questions that you get on a regular basis, right? So you know that whenever somebody comes into your office about specific practice areas and things like that, there's like those 3 or 4 questions that they're going to ask you every single time, and you're probably sick and tired of answering those questions. Well, here's what you do: write those down, and those become your first video topics, right? So you can do that, and then whenever somebody asks you a question, when somebody emails you a question, if you're in a consultation, if you're on with a client, whatever it is, when a question comes up, write it down, and there's another video topic for you, right? So this coming up with topics should be an ongoing strategy over and over again, right? So as you do this, you'll always be coming up with more video topics, especially if you start thinking about how can I come up with more video topics, and you're kind of always on the lookout for more video topics. I always have on my phone, I use the Apple. I have an iPhone. I always use the Apple Notes app. And when I come up with an idea, I always just jot it down in there. So I always, because a lot of times I'm not at my computer, I'll be out, and somebody will ask me something, I'll see something, I'll just think of something, and I'm like, oh, that'd be a really good topic. The most important thing is write it down, because you're going to get back to your computer and you're going to forget about it, right? So just have a note in the Apple Notes app on the iPhone. If you use Android, I'm sure there's something similar to it. And make sure that you have a place that you can keep your ideas together, right? Have you ever seen that episode of Seinfeld where Jerry woke up in the middle of the night, he wrote something down, he came up with a really funny joke, he wrote it down, and then the next morning he woke up and he couldn't read his handwriting, right? That's the problem. when you have a great idea and you think, oh, that was such a good idea, what was it? I can't remember what it was. And it's so frustrating. It turns out his joke wasn't very good, but it doesn't matter. The point is, write it down. Now, I want to show you another tactic that you can use using good old Google. Let me share my screen here. All right. So you go to Google. This is one of my favorite ways to come up with topics, right? You can search, let's search divorce lawyer, right? So you search divorce lawyer in Google. You can search whatever your topic is, right? So you can do divorce lawyer. Now, here's what's cool, right? If you scroll down, you're going to see a section. That's weird. For some reason, oh, that is so strange. For some reason, the way that I'm sharing this screen, let me see if I do this, if it'll fix it. Yeah, it did. Weird. So the Google, that's really strange. I've never seen that before, but you can see now it's in one list, right? So check this out right here. You see where it says how to hire a good divorce attorney, how much does it cost to hire a divorce lawyer, right? What's cool is that Google has said a long time ago that they want to return a list of answers, not a list of results, right? Because Google understands that when someone types something into Google, they're typically actually asking a question, right? So if you type divorce lawyer, if you're a divorce lawyer, then what Google will do is it will give you suggested questions that it thinks people ask when they are hiring a divorce lawyer, right? So, or whatever the thing is that you're searching for. So you can come down here, you get how do I hire a divorce attorney? So that's cool. And then there's how much does it cost to hire a divorce lawyer, right? Now, here's the cool part. If you click on this, it's not working now for some reason. Okay, so what typically happens is these will populate, but it's doing something weird. So let me try a different search. But basically, you get these two right here, right? Another thing you can do is you can come down to the bottom here, related searches, right? So sneaky divorce tactics, cheap divorce, free consultation lawyer, divorce near where you live, right? Free divorce lawyer, right? So let's go a little bit deeper, right? Let's say child custody. Oops. And this just shows you that sometimes you just have to be resourceful. Sometimes if the first search doesn't give you what you're looking for, you just need to go and you need to search more, right? So let's try child custody and see what this brings up for us. So now it's not bringing up anything. Why is Google doing this to me? All right, let's say child custody for fathers. All right, so for some reason, and I know why this is doing this because I'm doing this live, Google has gotten rid of the people also ask, but that's not a problem, right? So what you can do is you can also come down here and you can come down to the related search. A lot of times you're going to see that box. Remember that box I showed you back here with divorce lawyer? This typically populates a lot of answers, and Google may have just changed this, but this is how I got topics for a long time. We're doing this in real time. We're doing a live video, and apparently Google decided to change this, right? So, all right. So let's say you do child custody for fathers, right? And here's another cool thing you can do. You can look at all these suggested searches, right? Because you type child custody for fathers, and then you can see different questions that people search. How to win child custody for fathers, grounds for full custody of a child. What are the chances of a father getting 50-50 custody in Florida? How can a father get full custody in Florida? What are the chances of a father getting full custody? Now, I want you to notice a couple of these things. It's 50-50 custody in Florida, full custody in Florida. The only reason it's saying Florida is because I'm in Florida, right? Just ignore Florida and replace with your state or your county or your city or whatever it is, right? How to get child custody without going to court, requirements to get child custody, how to get full custody of a child as a mother, child custody for fathers, know your rights. Like these are all video topics. Every single one of these could be a video that you do. So now let's search how to win child custody for fathers, and let's see what that brings up. So Google is still not showing Google answers. It's kind of weird that they're not doing this anymore. But what you can do is you can come down to the bottom of Google and you can see there's more searches here. So how can a father lose a custody battle, right? And the thing is that you can take these and you can put your own spin on these, right? So what you can do, how can a father lose a custody battle, right? Okay, so what's interesting is that there's probably multiple ways that a father can lose a custody battle. So you could do, how could a father lose a custody battle? 3 ways that fathers typically lose custody battles. The number one thing that will guarantee a father loses his custody battle. You see what I mean? Like you can take these topics and you can spawn them off into more categories and more categories and more categories, right? So a lot of times what this comes down to is just comes down to coming up with ideas and then looking what's out there and then continue to go. So like, and then just like searching through here and see what else comes up. So let's say, how to get full custody without going to court, right? So maybe people don't want to go to court, right? That's probably something people don't want, right? So you can keep coming down here and now you can click here and you can look and there's a whole other thing here. So whole other list of suggested searches. Now, here's the important thing. These are all things that people are searching. That's what's important about this is that you're using real data. You're not just making it up. These are things that people are actually searching. How to get full custody of a child as a mother. How can a mother get full custody in Florida? How to apply for full custody. How can a father get full custody? How to get primary custody? How to file for full custody online. That's a completely different topic. How do you do it online, right? How to get sole custody. Now, here's the thing. It might be called full custody. It might be called primary custody. It might be called sole custody. But the reality is that people search for all different things. So just because it's called one thing, like for example, a protection order is typically Oh, it's called a protection order. But what do people actually search for? They search for a restraining order, right? So what you need to understand is you need to understand there's the reality of what something is called and the terminology that it is legally, and then there's also the language that your clients use, and you need to make sure that you're using that as well, right? So Google threw a little bit of a wrench in my plans here, but as you can see, you can just type in all types of stuff. So now let's say spousal support. So I can just type spousal support, right? I got spousal support in Florida, spousal support calculator, spousal support calculator Florida, spousal support versus alimony, spousal support definition, spousal support meaning, spousal support back pay. So let's search spousal support back pay. Okay, now you can see people also ask. It came up with the people also ask again, right? So now what's cool? Okay, now it's actually doing it. This is what I was trying to show you before, right? You click this. Are alimony arrears deductible? Can my ex sue for money after a divorce? How much money should a husband give his wife after a divorce? Do I have to support my wife after divorce? These are all questions that people have, right? Now, watch this. When I click this bottom one, watch what happens. 3 other ones load. How long do I have to pay spousal support? How can I avoid paying spousal support? How long does spousal maintenance last? And look, more loaded. More loaded. More load. Like, you look how many topics you can come up with this. Like, it's like there's so many. You can, I mean, like, just by doing this, you can get like, I mean, just unbelievable numbers of topics. How do you value furniture for a divorce? Should you be present for a home appraisal during a divorce? I mean, just imagine if you had topics for all of these things, right? It's absolutely amazing if you do this, and Google gives you all the answers. Now, there's another really cool website you can use called Answerthepublic.com. Although I think that this is enough. I think if you do this, you'll never run out of topics. Now, Answer the Public, what you can do is you can do the same thing. So let's say you're an estate planning attorney, right? So let's say revocable trust. Well, no, let's not do that because we want to talk. Let's say how about avoiding? Let's say avoiding probate. So what's cool about Answer the Public is Answer the Public. Um, what it does is it actually goes out and it goes to Google and it brings back all the autocomplete suggestions. Now you have to be careful with Answer the Public because you only get like two or three free searches a day, so you can only do it like a couple times. But it brings back this visualization, which is pretty much pointless. I don't know why they can give it to you. So click on the data tab right here, and what's cool is that it'll give you a lot of stuff. So like how can you avoid probate? Can you avoid probate with a trust? Can you avoid probate without a trust? Can a will avoid probate? So this might not. When can you avoid probate? Should you avoid probate? Can you spend your inheritance before probate? What kind of will do I need to avoid probate? Like these are all questions that you could come up with videos for if you're an estate planning attorney, right? Who can avoid probate? And then you're going to see some of like kind of like the same question, just worded differently. So just make those all one topic, right? So my point is that there's so many different ways that you can come up with topics and things to talk about in your videos. And then you take those spins and you put different spins on it, right? So you say how to avoid probate. 3 ways to avoid probate. The number one way to avoid probate. The number one thing that will guarantee you have to go to probate. 3 things you can do to guarantee that your kids have to go through probate and it will take a long time for them to get your inheritance. I'm just making stuff up, right? But you can take all these topics and you can create multiple videos on the same subject, right? So if you do this, you will never run out of topics. Like you can literally come up. If you needed me to come up with a list of 10,000 topics, I could probably do it just from Google searches, right? So hopefully this helps. If you guys have any questions about coming up with topics or anything like that for your videos or your blog posts or anything like that, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions about how to, if you have any questions about, how to grow a law firm, you want any tips, marketing hacks, anything like that you want me to cover in a future video, be sure to leave it below this video in the comments and I will create a video for you answering your questions. So I hope you guys have a great day and I hope to see you today at 4:30 Eastern for the VIP session of the Lead Abundance Challenge. We'll see you guys there.